From Hargeisa, Somaliland, this is CBA. Welcome to CBA News in Brief with me, Abdillahi Hassan. The members of the new Elections Commission elected Abdillahi as their chairman. In their first meeting, the newly approved Electoral Commission chose their most controversial member as chairman. The opposition parties Wadani and Uid have both opposed the nomination and approval of Riyara to the Electoral Commission. The opposition accused him of being a member of the ruling party Kulmiya. Somaliland's electoral law forbids party members from serving in the independent body that oversees elections. Both opposition parties have declared that they will boycott the new Electoral Commission on the account of Mr. Riyara's membership. The election of the controversial member for the leadership of the Electoral Commission will deepen the political crisis and further entrench the electoral stalemate. In that same meeting, the Commission elected Mustafa Dahir Dawal as deputy chairman. The first rejection of the new chairman came from within the Electoral Commission. Hassan Yusuf Duale, the member nominated by Uid party, said the election of chairman and deputy chairman was not on the agenda of the meeting. Mr. Duale said that the mediation committee that has volunteered to resolve the political crisis had asked them to postpone the election of its chairman. He further raised concerns over the ability to oversee elections when the concerned parties have no confidence in the new commission. Somaliland's Ministry of Agriculture reverses its position on using pesticide sprays to fight the locust infestation. The Minister of Agriculture, Ahmed Mumin, said today aircraft will now spray locusts that has infested in Somaliland's southern border with Ethiopia. Ahmed Mumin said the Somali region of Ethiopia will provide planes to spray locusts in Somaliland. He added that Somaliland's airports will be used by these Ethiopian planes. The minister came before the House of Representatives Subcommittee of Environment. The announcement contradicts his statement by the minister in late October this year, in which he declined using sprays against locusts. In an interview with CBA, the minister said because of the plentiful rainy season this year, the use of plain pesticides was not appropriate for Somaliland. The minister did not give any reasons for the reversal of the decision, nor did he report on the results of the quest for natural remedy without environmental side effects that he had said the ministry was working on. On the other hand, the minister announced that the government will tell World Food Programme to stop bringing food aid to the country before the local produce is exhausted. Minister Ahmed Mumin said before making the request, the minister will first account for the national crop production this year. This move is meant to protect farmers in the country who incur losses when the free food aid comes into the market at the same time as their harvest. The federal government of Somalia will host the Blue Economic Conference in Mogadishu early next year. The request submitted by Somalia to host a high-profile conference was welcomed by the Intergovernmental Authority on Development during the Head of State Summit in Addis Ababa on Friday. The Blue Economic Conference mainly focuses on harnessing the potential of our oceans, seas, lakes, and rivers to improve the lives of all, particularly people in developing states, women, youth, and indigenous peoples. It also leverages the latest innovations, scientific advances, and best practices to build prosperity while conserving waters for future generations. The previous Blue Economic Conference was held in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, and was attended by several heads of states, including President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo. During the conference, President Farmajo spoke about the potential for blue economic growth in the waters around Somalia. In his words, he said Somalia potentially stands to gain the most from a robust and sustainable blue economy. In the case of Somalia, blue economic growth is also key to stability. Somalia's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Ambassador Ahmed Isa Awad attended the 47th Ordinary Session of IGAD Council of Ministers in Addis Ababa discussing security, politics and peace process in South Sudan. During the session, Mr. Awad held marginal meetings with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of South Sudan, Ms. Awut Deng Okul, and the Chief Administrative Secretary of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade of Kenya, Mr. Ababu Namwamba. Ambassador Ahmed Isa Awad said Somalia hails the advocacy for reforms and restructuring of the composition of IGAD. Many IGAD countries have a vision to fundamentally change the structure of the organization to move forward to do more for the stability and prosperity of the region. Minister Awad expressed his belief in the new leadership of the brotherly nation of Sudan, while also acknowledging Prime Minister Hamdok's input to Somalia's economic reforms while serving as a member of Somalia's National Economic Council. The Foreign Affairs Minister said the government and the people of the Federal Republic of Somalia remain committed to playing their part to strengthen cooperation with fellow IGAD member states in order to contribute to regional development and prosperity, owing its long-standing role as a proud founding member of IGAD. East Africa's largest mosque, the Abdul Hamid II Mosque, was officially opened on Friday in Djibouti. The construction of the mosque began 4 years ago and was funded by the Turkish Diyanet Foundation. A colorful ceremony was held in Djibouti to inaugurate the 6,000 capacity mosque built on 13,000 square meter area. The Speaker of the Turkish Parliament, Mustafa Sentub, and Djibouti Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed were among the dignitaries who attended the opening ceremony. Speaking at the ceremony, Sentub said Turkey and Djibouti, as members of the international Muslim community, were standing up again and reviving their relations based on their fraternity. Sentub said the mosque idea was conceived by the Turkish and Djibouti presidents and was a concrete sign of bilateral relations. Mumin Hassan Barre, Djibouti's Minister of Muslim Affairs, Culture and Waqf Assets, said at the ceremony that the mosque was a gift from Turkey to the people of Djibouti and extended his thanks to the Republic of Turkey. Mustafa Sentop recalled that Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Djibouti's President Ismail Omar Guelleh agreed in a meeting on the construction of the mosque during Erdogan's 2015 visit to Djibouti. That's our news in brief. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for our full news coverage later tonight with Yonis Deco.